guitar most of my life, but I feel like when you're just playing guitar, you can only say so much. I've had this idea for a while of combining rock and country together, because that's what I grew up listening to. When I hear a song that I absolutely love, I either want to make a baby or punch someone in the face. It has to conjure up that kind of feeling. And when I say punch someone in the face, I'm not always referring to Slipknot, in a mosh pit, that kind of thing. When I hear Johnny Cash, that train beat on Cocaine Blues, that gets me just as fired up as any Slayer song does. So I figure, let's actually put those two together. I had my own rock band in Atlanta a few years ago, where I kind of dabbled with it a little bit. But I can just see the time wasn't right, and I feel like the country and rock that I want to put together really hasn't been done. The first rock that I ever got into, was Def Leppard, and that's complete arena rock with the explosions and everything, just the huge choruses like that. And there's a little bit of country that's hinting at that. It's pretty cool, but I always look at everything the way, what would fourth grade be like? That's when I got into music, and it's getting close, but it's still not, what made fourth grade me lose my mind. That's what I want to do. If you look at the guys that I grew up, learning their records, Johnny Cash, Waylon, Merle, all that, they were far from squeaky clean. They were party animals. They made some bad choices, but they found redemption. And I feel like today everyone is trying to be what everyone else wants them to be, and I'm going to bring back that piece that's missing. I'm going to tell the truth, just lay it all out. I want to write real stuff, sing real stuff, play real stuff that moves me and represents who I really am. It's the cool thing to do now is sing about Hank and Merle, but no, I grew up listening to that. It was Guns N' Roses, Brooks and Dunn. And there was Pantera, Waylon Jennings, Marilyn Manson, and Garth Brooks. I grew up at 13 years old. I started playing in bars.
Mr. Brian Bonds, if y'all come up here and join us, we're going to play some blues.
Oh, good Lord. My grandparents have documented everything. So there's pictures of me playing next to the men's room, this little hole in the wall at Chubby's Barbecue. And I was, wearing a cowboy hat some nights. Next night I'm wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. I'm 13 years old hanging out in this bar that you had to be 21 to get into. So playing all of those old songs in that environment, that kind of molded me into the person that I am. At first glance, I know the way that I look might be viewed as the Marilyn Manson of country music. But I really want to get the point across of the sinner and the saint. And I kind of like to think that that's what this is going to be about. My music's going to have a little bit of party, a little bit of love, a little bit of redemption, all of those, all together. I want the songs that are out there to be me. I don't want the person that you see on stage to be a complete opposite of what I'm like in real life. I feel like country music has a certain image, and obviously I'm not that image. And there are certain cities that don't have that image as well, and I come from one of them. But to me, I think millions of others, country music is more than just about the typical country image. You can live in a small town, or you can live in a city full of skyscrapers, and when you hear a song that gets a point across, that hits your heart, it doesn't matter where you're from, it's hitting you. So far, I feel like what I've done in the past all the way up till now, it's been great. It's been a blast. I've learned a lot from it. It's made me who I am And I realized that, okay, there's going to be sometimes people that will look at me and say, oh, well, that's not country, or he doesn't know this, he doesn't know that, blah, blah, blah. And all these voices start chattering, blah, 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 blah. And right now, like, I don't care. I'm to the point in my life where I want to make the music that I want to make, and I want to live my life the way that I want to. And there's going to be people out there, who don't agree with it. F them. Right now, I'm writing a lot with a bunch of different people. Working with a producer, and it's going great because he comes more from the rock world. So he really understands what I'm going for, and it's really cool to have this freedom to not have any boundaries. So as far as the immediate future, probably we'll be releasing a single January, February of next year. We have a few songs done already. Got a few guys that I think my band's slowly, getting put together. We've ran them acoustically a few times, kind of put parts together here and there. The way I see, a good idea is a good idea. And I don't want there to be this hierarchy of, okay, cool, well, he's just playing, he can't say this. If you got a good idea and I like it, I'm totally going to use it. Like, if you feel like, hey man, I feel like it should be like this, all right, cool, we'll play it and we'll do it like that. And I really think everything that we're fine-tuning each time a little more, and it's getting there. We're starting to come up with something that fourth grade me is starting to get excited about. You can also get this in here. Here's all the lyrics. But what's more rock and roll than the Kitty Notebook?